They made the dumbest move of their lives. They stole my boat, from a lake I legally own. Yeah. They thought they could bully the wrong guy. It all started on a Tuesday morning. I walked down to my dock, coffee in hand, enjoying the calm. Then, bam, a neon red paper slapped me in the face like an insult. Notice of violation, remove unauthorized vessel in 48 hours. Unauthorized? On my dock? On my lake? I checked the mailbox. More threats, fines, towing, legal action. The tone wasn't concerned or professional. It screamed entitlement. Power. Control. Dangerous when you don't own squat. I grabbed the old metal box my grandfather left me. Inside, the deed. Stamped. Recorded. Ironclad. Every inch of the lake, water, dock, shoreline, mine. No HOA clause. No shared easement. Nothing. So yeah, they threatened to tow my boat from property I own. That wasn't intimidation. That was theft. Game on. The next day, I walked into their HOA meeting. The boardroom smelled like cheap carpet and cheap power trips. Carter, the HOA president, strutted around, calling the lake, community waters, like it was their crown jewel. I didn't explode. I didn't yell. I asked one question, calm and sharp. Who owns the lake? You could hear the room swallow air. Carter's smile twitched. Another board member shuffled papers like he was hiding receipts. Silence. Panic simmering beneath practiced composure. As I walked out, someone whispered behind me. Move the timeline up, before the lake guy gets nosy. Lake guy. Cute. They had no idea what was coming. Next morning, my boat was gone. Gone. Just the empty dock, wind blowing the leftover violation notice like a taunt. Vessel impounded for non-compliance. They didn't just cross boundaries. They bulldozed them. I called the sheriff. Scripted response. Sounds civil, sir. Translation, don't expect miracles. So I called Abby, my lawyer and only ally who gets this level of rage. She looked at the deed and laughed. They messed with the wrong guy. Get every camera you can. We set up cameras. Silent. Precise. Cold. The footage came in like receipts you can't argue with, HOA members launching boats from my dock, setting up tents, holding tournaments, year after year. Brag posts calling it our community lake. Then we found the pitch deck. A full investor packet for a luxury resort, on my property. Renderings, projected revenue, claims of ownership. They'd been selling access to land they didn't own. Publicly. Openly. Fraud. Abby smiled, one line dropping the plan into place. Let them host the tournament. We expose everything in front of everyone. Perfect. Let them gather. Let them brag. Let them get loud. Tournament day arrived. And it wasn't small. Cars everywhere. Tents, banners, annual HOA fishing festival. Carter with a mic, hyping up the crowd like he built an empire. Abby and I walked in slow, flanked by a sheriff and stacks of documents. Carter started his speech about tradition and respecting the lake. Perfect timing. I stepped up, voice carrying across the water. Why are you hosting a tournament on my property? Who gave you permission? Silence. Immediate. Beautiful. I held up the deed. Abby handed the sheriff the injunction. His voice cut through the chatter. This event is on private property without permission. You are trespassing. Evacuate immediately. Color drained from Carter's face. Investors scanned each other. Parents grabbed kids. Fishermen started packing up. Panic rippled. Carter stammered, "There's been a misunderstanding." Abby didn't let him. She played recordings, Carter pitching the resort, emails about exclusive access, posts of past tournaments. Each clip landed like a hammer strike. The crowd turned against him. Investors left. Tents folded. People scrambled. Law enforcement enforced the property rights, not HOA power. Public humiliation. Instant. Swift. Permanent. Afterward, Carter resigned. 2 board members stepped down. County investigations began. My boat was returned with an apology that could have been a novel. The fishing club disbanded. Investors sued the HOA. Headlines ran. Accountability arrived. But it wasn't about vengeance. It was about fairness. About truth. About protecting what belonged to my grandfather and now to me. That evening, I stood on the dock. Water calm. Sunset painting the lake gold. I touched the wood. Felt the weight of history. Felt justice. They tried to take my lake. I took apart their little empire, quietly, legally, decisively. And the only sound left? The water, and the truth. Never underestimate the quiet guy with a deed.